What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. But this video is entitled Accept Your Own Humanity. Took me a while to say this, but you have a range of emotions. Every emotion is natural for the human experience. But in the process, people have a hard time accepting their own humanity. And what I mean by that is, you have some things that you may like about yourself, and you have some things that you may not like about yourself. And they may be qualities that come out in certain situations. But I'm speaking about more things that will be viewed negatively. Anger is not a bad thing. Accept your humanity and know that you will be angry. You will have things that bring out your animalistic instincts. Excuse me. You have to accept that. Anger is a normal human emotion. And it's okay. And sometimes people may guilt you into not being angry, and that may be for their own personal purposes, but or you may be channeling it wrong. You got to accept that you're going to be angry to understand that it can't be a quality that destroys you and everything around you. You have to accept it to learn how to channel it. It's going to exist whether you like it or not. It's part of the human experience. That goes for, and when I say negative, hear me out. To be extremely loving in this society is a negative quality. To be sensitive is a negative quality. But accept that it's part of the human experience. When people are sensitive, people like to stomp on their feelings or treat them a certain way. And people are extremely loving. People like to, just not treat them right. And that's why I say, it could be viewed negatively. But some of the most beautiful things in life come through sensitivity and a loving spirit. So if that's who you are, if you're sensitive, it's okay. And the reason I say sensitive, loving, and anger in this order, back to back, in a sense, is because some of the most angry people are normally the most sensitive. Some of the most angry people are normally the most loving, because it's two sides of the same coin. Because one emotion, they both are a fiery emotion that come from the heart. And if you're it's the light and the dark, the yin and the yang. Good and evil are still part of the same human experience. We all have good in us, we all have evil in us. The question is, which one are you gravitating to the most? But you have to accept it. We all have a dark side. Some people know I don't. Yes, you do. You might be better at controlling it than some people. Or you may not have or you suppress it because you may not have an avenue to release it in the society that is legal. Let's just say that. I used to like playing contact sports, not necessarily for the sport, but some of these sports was an opportunity to hurt people and get away with it. If I can give you a concussion, I'm cool with that. If I had a history with people that knew me, I would always try to knock people out, and I was pretty successful at it. And people didn't see me coming because I was a little guy. Just whop, and he was like, "What the?" Like, hey, here we go again. And it wasn't like, I mean, like I was catching you off guard. You knew I was coming. I had a reputation that I was coming. You just wasn't paying attention when you should have been paying attention. But that's part of the human experience. But see, I can't take that mentality out and just be in the grocery store like, let me see who I can catch slipping on aisle 3. It don't work like that. But, you got to accept your humanity. Another thing, ingenuity is a part of humanity. And the reason why I say earlier, like a lot of this stuff is viewed negatively, is because we're in such a cookie cutter society that when people are creative and thinking outside the box, people hate that. Not necessarily because they're creative or inventive, or they have a bit of genius intellect. It's because, to a degree, people hate the fact that it's not them thinking like that or creating things like that. So people try to suppress that ingenuity out of hatred and envy. But if you keep getting these thoughts and you keep getting these ideas, that's part of humanity. Accept that in yourself, that you keep getting them. Don't shut that off, because I'm telling you, it's going to kill you internally if you shut off your inner genius because you're trying to appease society. It's not going to work. And you can't really take it out. Some people will take that out on society, but you can't necessarily, because you knew deep down not to listen to that. Accept your humanity. If you're outside the box thinker, if you're brighter than others, if you have a different mindset that creates different things, it's okay. Think about it. Back in the day, people thought of, why do when we went from CDs to MP3s, what does that matter? It matters a lot. It was somebody's idea. We went from walking to cars. That idea mattered a lot. Don't see too many people riding horses no more, do you? But it's accepting your humanity, because we all grow, we all evolve. And that's another part of humanity that you have to accept: growth. You're not going to think 5 years from now the same way you think today. Life doesn't if you're caught in, let me put it to you like this. Wise people grow and accept that they may grow out of things. That even though they may be nostalgic, even though they may be great, even though they may make you feel great, they may not be conducive to your life or productive for your life, because it's a young mindset that you're not young enough to keep up. You have to accept that you're going to get old. That's a part of humanity too. Aging is a part of humanity. You get a day older every day. You don't get a day younger. So you can't think like a child as an adult. That's not respectable. And it's okay to be an adult. It's okay to be looked at as old school or whatever. We look at age as a bad thing. We look at evolving as a bad thing. It's not. Accept your humanity and accept the fact that you're going to grow, you're going to age, and hopefully you're going to get wiser, and you're going to be able to impart that wisdom into multiple people so they can grow at a faster rate than you ever did. And ultimately, before I go, accept your humanity and accept your death. We're going to die. This Peter Pan, I'm going to live forever, I got all the time in the world to do all these different things. That's bullshit. I don't mean just live in the now every day, but accept you're going to die. Accept do something for the long term throughout most of your day, because you have a long-term plan, and then live for the moment when you're done doing that stuff. But we have a hard time accepting death, because it's a part of life. That's why we mourn people, because they're not going to be here no more. You're going to be one of the people that people cry about, hopefully. If people don't cry about you, you're pretty fucked up. But at the end of the day, you got to accept your humanity. All facets of it, good, bad, and ugly, indifferent, great, highs, lows, valleys, peaks, all that stuff. It's all necessary. So like I said before, like, share, subscribe. I'm out of here. I got some cheesecake right in front of me. I gotta eat it. Whatever. We out.